the best way to attract people attention is to tell a story before you can before this attention. Because people have to listen to the story. After after discussion, we finish the good way.
It's much more interesting than her greeting, which is repeating the banner, by the way. The Kafka's Model Book, which is the 30 greatest book of our time. Actually, that was exactly the same wording as the title. So it will be much more personal approach. Absolutely. Thank you, Gary. So there, actually, before she even starts, the way she greets the audience is a bit off, don't you think? Oi! How do you like that post? Oi! Well, that's a very English thing, I suppose. If you have to rephrase that, oi, how would you say that? Oi. What would you say? What would you say? What is a better way to attract the audience attention? She got it right the first time. She just got nervous and then annoyed by the mic. What is a better way to address your audience? Ladies and gentlemen, yeah? Much more formal, more respectful. Always greet your audience respectfully, right? And anything else? Any other things that she did not so well? Yes? Please.
Difficult.
Thank you, that was very good, right? Yeah. To definitely serious lack of preparation. That is a big no-no. Thank you very much. Thank you. As an MC, you can't possibly just turn up an event and say, because let's introduce Mr. Wong. Because that is his name. Thank goodness, I don't think in my past 2 years I've ever seen any TME or any Toastmaster do that. So if you are actually here, you've made a good start, better than her. She needs Toastmasters. And she's not just about the speakers. Do you notice, she also doesn't really seem to know anything about the occasion. Yeah, what exactly is that about? That's why she gives repetitive and uninteresting, really lackluster opening. Yeah? So we try, let's not follow her, what she does. Well, you may think, so what exactly do we need to do? Like that. What happens is when we're MC, even if we are going to be the MC of the most boring meeting ever, or most boring event ever. Seriously, you need to show enthusiasm for that and make it sound less boring and much more interesting than it actually is. Let's rock and roll and make it work. Now, I recently had that experience. As you know, I work in a school, so I had to miss a friend's wedding because I had to work at school, and on that day we'd have the most boring meeting ever, and that is what we called the pre-Form 1 parents meeting. If you have children, you probably know what I mean. You just practically go there, let the teachers or the principal blah 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 talk about what. Oh yeah, I'm so coach. Joy, Thanksgiving. We have to have a sense of ownership of school. Interested? How about more? How about talking about money, important dates, when you need to submit? Well, this is sort of useful, but boring, right? And then you invite every teacher, the panel head of different panels to talk about, oh, the Chinese panel, we organize this at 50 and that at 50. English panel, we do this. I'm sure, I'm telling you, the parents look bored. They don't look that interesting. And so what I talked to my girls, I have 2 girls and 3 girls at my MC. Form 4 and 2 Form 2. They're pretty good. And what happened is, I told them, look, we all know it's going to be a boring Saturday afternoon. But we are not going to get that message to the head of the audience. we're going to add some excitement. How can we do that? Well, if we actually change our mindset and think from a different perspective, we are just introducing as elder sister to introduce our school to the little Form 1 girls, okay, your sisters, and you will feel a lot more enthusiasm because, hey, I've got a great school. We have this kind of activity, that kind of activity. This teacher is going to talk about that. Oh, we did it last year. It's really fun. Now, if you change it to that mindset, the energy level is a lot more different. And then when the MC, when the students write that script, how they're going to introduce that teacher, they will think a bit more carefully. They won't just say, oh, this teacher, she has something to say about the English panel activity. She won't say it like that. She will use more interesting vocabulary to describe and to introduce the audience. After all, as an MC, it's important to create a sense of enthusiasm before the speaker speaks. Okay? So everybody is expecting. Everybody in the audience, like sitting at the edge of their chair, it's like, what is she going to say? Oh, we got a guest speaker. Oh, something like that. Yeah? So that, no good. That is much better. Okay? Everybody's hey, you! Okay. So this is the high energy level. So if you imagine as an MC, or any public speaker, as a matter of fact, you may want to imagine yourself as a radio power station. Power. You feel radiating, something like that. You need to give a lot of energy. Otherwise, they're just okay. If I talk about MC in a more specific, like Toastmaster setting, we all become TME, and we know shaking hands is one of the biggest culture here. It is a very important thing. I must say, once I was told how angry people can feel after they shake somebody's hands. They actually feel really resentful without knowing it. Feels as if like it's because of that handshake, the whole meeting just went flat. Before you even spoke one word, you can already decide. So if you are I don't know what kind of industry you work in, but if you happen to be in an industry where you need to meet newcomers, like people every single day, you need to conduct business meetings with other people, you cannot go very far with that handshake. And I know that maybe we should learn. Why don't I give you some time? See if you can shake hands and introduce yourself with a nice smile. Okay? I'll give you 1 minute to walk around and see if you can get some memorable handshake. And I'll tell you what a real handshake should be like afterwards. But you just, based on your feeling, how you've always done it, give your best handshake to the people and just greet each other. 1 minute.